Hi everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome to our channel, Ascending in Love, because how else she gonna get there? Okay, so today we are going into just a short clip on 21 ways to raise your vibration quickly. Because as Tesla would speak of, energy, frequency, vibration are the keys to the universe. So everything is made out of energy and it vibrates at a certain vibration, which puts you on a bandwidth, which is the frequency. So I always say it like it's like tuning into a certain radio station. So, you can tune into a certain radio station and you want to like pull your hair out, or you can tune into another radio station and it makes you want to dance, it makes you happy. So it's the same concept. It's where your vibration lies is what you're going to receive from the world. So what you're picking up from everything that's going on around you, in your mindset, in your physical vessel, all is going to be coming back as in response to where your vibration of your energy is. So raising your vibration is always helpful because it is going to produce more positive results in your every area of your life. So we're going to go into 21 ways to raise it, which comes from a great resource of someone who helps other people do energy healing, does retreats everywhere and seminars to help with this process. And so I feel like his information is very valuable and can truly help you. So he put out this document and let's go over it to just look at what he suggests will help you. And I agree with this list. It's very helpful. So let's start with number 1. Practice gratitude. Focus on the things in your life that you are thankful for and express gratitude for them regularly. I think we can all understand that. A gratitude journal is wonderful, or just waking up at the beginning of your day, counting all your blessings, to just culminate that nice positive energy around you, to just be thankful for what you already have, and which will produce the effects of bringing more things that are your ultimate desires in your life. Number 2, spend time in nature. Being around natural surroundings, whether it's a park, beach, or forest, can help you feel more connected and grounded. So I love spending time in nature. The trees are amazing for helping with this. Of course, people have talked about tree hugging, but tree hugging is amazing. There are now scientific research showing that when we come up against a tree, their energy just comes out in this huge bubble and starts interacting with our energy. It starts to clean our aura. It's like a vacuum effect just to start just helping us clean out negative debris out of our energy field. Along with, I believe that it helps the trees also. They like to interact with us in that way. And so, but just being in nature, walking barefoot, all of these things can help you very much. As for myself, I've chose to live in a surrounding of trees because I know how much they help me and my energy. So highly suggest nature, going to a park if you don't have nature right around you. But if you can just find a tree, the tree will help you so very much. So go find a friend tree today. Okay. Exercise regularly. Exercise releases endorphins, which can help you feel happier and more energized. I think that's self-explanatory. We all know exercise is good. Meditate. Meditation can help you calm your mind and reduce stress, leading to an overall increase in well-being. Meditation has been great for calming my mind, but I also believe that it helps you to connect to the mind of God versus more of a worldly mind. So, they say the left and right hemisphere of our brains do different things, and we tend to more access one side because it's more intellectual, as the other side is more creative. I think something has to do with that, is that one is more prone to the God mind and one is more of the physical or egoic mind. So the more that you turn off the egoic or physical mind, you will just start going into that part of your God mind, your creative part of your mind, the mind where, God is putting your thoughts in, which can help you, and it'll bring forth things in your life that may help you have an idea for a business or something you can do. And and it changes your neural pathways. So you can become less anxious, less of the overthinking, just, decrease blood pressure. Honestly, there's just a huge list on what meditation can do, and I can speak to this being very, very helpful in your life, even if it's only 5 or 10 minutes. Okay. Practice mindfulness. Be present in the moment and focus on what you're doing rather than constantly thinking about the past or worrying about the future. So I think we all know that thinking about the past a lot of times can make you depressed, and thinking about the future can cause you anxiety. That's pretty much been proven. So just being in the current moment will just take you out of all that extra mind chatter. And something that has been told to me very many times through being a metaphysician and working with these in my own, having degrees in this area of helping people to heal themselves through spiritual practices, is that you can start by, when you're washing your hands, you're just filling the water, you're, paying attention to the soap, you're cooking, you're just really looking at the food you're cooking, taking in what you're doing. You start with just the little things you're eating. You're really taking in the taste of the food and just the process. So slowing down so much that just little things you do, you're fully engaged in what you're doing in that moment. And as you begin to do this, you can expand that to larger things. So you start out with the small things, just being fully engaged. I know maybe that would seem mundane to some, but it truly starts to train you into the larger things where you can stay present and your mind stops veering one way or the other. Okay, surround yourself with positive people. Spend time with people who uplift and inspire you and avoid negative influences. I think we all know how helpful that can be. So just surround yourself with people that make you be your best self. And if people that feel like they're just draining the life force out of you, limit that. I always say don't completely shut yourself off from anyone, because we all shine our light and help others by helping them to become the better self also. But definitely don't engage for long periods of time or have that be the main influences in your life, because that's not going to help you get far with that. Okay. Number 7, listen to uplifting music. Music can have powerful effect on our mood and emotions. I think we all know listening to music is really wonderful, and they have proven that frequency is so key. So, a lot of the music has been turned to the 440 hertz, which can cause agitation, anger, irritability, anxiousness. 432 is where it should be, that causes the opposite of that, creates that. But there's also many frequencies that help you to, heal and feel like, your endorphins are increasing and all of these different things. And even in Egypt, they're finding a lot of the chambers are tuned to certain frequencies, because that's how they would go in and, when their vibration would get off, they could go in and just listen to that frequency for a certain amount of time, and it would help them to come back into balanced state. So definitely choosing your music and what you're listening to wisely can definitely help you very much. And there's a lot coming out about that to offer you for choices for that. Okay, number 8, practice self-care. Take time to care for yourself, whether it's through a relaxing bath, a massage, or a yoga class. Now, I know self-care is good. Don't be overly busy, but take care of yourself, because if you're not feeling well, you're not going to be able to do anything. So that's key. Okay. Number 9, read inspiring books. Reading books that inspire and motivate you can help raise your vibration. So, anything that can give you tips to, just like we're doing right now. Hey, that's a great suggestion. A little light goes on, and it's something you can use in your everyday life that you maybe didn't think of before. I think that, or just like how you watch a movie that inspires you and you just feel like, I want to do something more or do something better. So choose reading material that falls into that same category. Number 10, practice random acts of kindness. Doing something kind for someone else can give you a sense of purpose and contribute to a more positive world. So kindness is key. We all could use more kindness, I'm sure. So put some out today, and hopefully much will come back to you. 11, laugh and have fun. Laughter is a powerful tool for raising your vibration and reducing stress. I am a full believer in that because I feel like God has been speaking that to me for years. The joy of the Lord is your strength, which is a biblical reference, but it is true. The laughing actually shakes negative energy out of the body, and it also helps you to raise your vibration. So something my husband and I do is, if we watch something that maybe we're just trying to get information, we're not big news watchers, but maybe we're watching something that's just giving us some information about what's going on in the world, and we feel like it's kind of lowered us or we've seen something that's not the most happy, we just always take a moment to spend a few minutes watching a comedy or talking about something funny and just laughing it off. So we just remove that energy that's gone in. And I also suggest it, like if you've had a moment where it's been a stressful moment or something that's been a little bit irritated you or got you a little on the nervous side, just going within for a moment and thinking of something that made you laugh, or just going to a video with pets, funny babies, because just that couple minutes of laughter will change your whole energy, and then you'll move through your day differently versus piling the next thing on. So it has been shown that laughter actually removes energy from the body that you don't want to keep there, along with raising your vibration, along with helping you to walk in better experiences throughout your day if something has put you in a more negative state. The more you laugh, the healthier you're going to be. And sometimes your mind does not want to laugh. It's like, no, I want to be serious. But something I've learned is seriousness is of the ego. And we don't want to just be that way all the time and overly serious. So the more you laugh, the more you're going to feel good and be happy. And it doesn't mean you don't take something seriously. It just means you don't want to store the energy in your body, and you just keep your mind and your body in a healthier state of being by just literally laughing it off. It will serve you well. Okay, so we've got number 12. Avoid gossip and negative talk. Gossip and negative talk can lower your vibrations and bring you down. Yeah, it's just all negative, and let people, have their own business. So, something's like yours to speak on, just don't speak on it, and keep positive about, speak life. That's going to help you and others. Practice number 13, practice forgiveness. Holding on to grudges and resentment can weigh you down, while forgiveness can help you let go and move on. So forgiveness is for you mostly, but it's also for the other person. But clearly holding on to something where you're not forgiving will be like a weight for you. And so just letting things go can keep you healthy. And the Bible says forgive 70 times 7. So that means just pretty much endless forgiving. And I think that that is just a way for us to walk in a healthy mind and being. Okay, number 14, connect with your higher self. Spend time in meditation or journaling to connect with your inner wisdom and guidance. So speaking to your soul, speaking to God, speaking to Holy Spirit, whatever, your angels, whatever you feel like can just give you time to go within and bring forth inner guidance versus the worldly guidance. And you will find that you have a lot of good stuff that you get in there. Once you just quiet down and you really get at that inner core of your being and you start listening for God's guidance to come through your soul, you will get a lot of great information there. God always responds to our questions. Number 15, eat a healthy diet. Eating healthy, nutrient-rich foods can improve your energy levels and overall well-being. I think we all know that our diet is either you're putting good gas in the car or you're putting not good gas in the car, and we see how that results in our cars. Body is the same way. Number 16, get enough rest. Getting enough sleep is crucial for maintaining good physical and mental health. They always recommend 8 hours. I say whatever your body tells you is good for you. Some people can work well on 6 hours. Some people need 10 hours. I have varied through those. I sometimes need 6 hours and sometimes I need 10. I usually go with what the body is seeming to be requesting. And so at different times, what you're going through could be different times of energy, but making sure you're just not putting off sleep for other things, because nothing really is more important than your body having that time to reset and heal during the sleep time. 17, practice visualization. Visualize yourself achieving your goals and living the life you desire. So it's always good to think about the life that you would truly want to live. But I also say don't get discouraged if it doesn't come out exactly as you are visualizing. And the reason I say that is because God has a plan. Your soul has a plan. And sometimes we visualize things that are our mind's plan, but it's taking you off your soul journey. It's taking you off what God is saying is best. So if I want something in 10 years down the road, or 5 years, or next year, it turns into a negative for me, then I would be thankful that God didn't have that come forth in my life. But we don't always know what's for our best. So I say always just think positively. And of course, think about the best results that could come forth. And if they don't get discouraged. Just say, well, God knows, or my soul knows what is the best. So I'm just going to leave it as, as it is, and know that it's for the best. 18, let go of attachment. Detaching from outcomes and focusing on the present moment can help you feel more at peace. That kind of just went with what I said about 17. If something doesn't come out the way that you expect, don't get upset about it, because it's for your best still. So, there's no perfect plan for your mind, but God has the perfect plan. So just know that as long as you have good intention to do the right thing, you're treating others right, you're treating yourself right, things are going to unfold exactly as they're meant to be. So holding on to anything, trying to control it, it only brings suffering. So I would say that just let that go. 19, practice affirmations. Use positive affirmations to reprogram your thoughts and beliefs about yourself and your life. This has helped me very much, because I used to experience heavy depression and anxiety from the age of 20 for 30 years on after that. So use medication, all of that. Reprogramming the thoughts of my mind, really focusing on how I was thinking and changing that. Or even if a thought comes in, you say, oh, I don't accept that. I'm going to change it to this. And you keep doing that, and the mind stops giving up with its negative thoughts and the stuff that's destructive. So you just keep not accepting it, changing it to what you want the thought to be, along with repeating things to yourself that are loving and positive. Looking yourself in the mirror and telling yourself you love yourself, and that you are abundant, you are healthy. All of these things can just really restructure your whole subconscious and your mindset. And I say that a lot of us are stuck in a positive mind polarity, which a battery has a positive and a negative charge. Your mind literally can get stuck in a negative charge. So you want to shift that to a positive charge. And this can take some time. But as you continue to do it, as for myself, now my thoughts are most of the time positive. I do not use medication. I'm free from the depression and anxiety. And a lot of it was just this reprogramming that I did, and not accepting and those limiting beliefs. So I highly encourage that. 20, connect with spirit, whether it's through prayer, meditation, or spending time in nature. Connecting with your inner spirit can help raise your vibrations. Of course, prayer is powerful, meditation is powerful. Just going within and spending time to disconnect from the human experience, the human mind, to go into your spiritual self and, see what God is saying, see what your soul is saying, see what your angels are saying, Holy Spirit, whatever your belief sets are. But the spiritual world represents, they say about 98% of everything, and we're in like 2% in the physical. So definitely want to start connecting over there, because it just brings you so much more understanding, a higher state of awareness, perception, and ways that you can, live and govern your life. All right, in 21, practice gratitude journaling. Write down 3 things you're grateful for each day to focus on the positive and cultivate a sense of gratitude. So we already went over that a little bit about the gratitude journal, and I start out every day with my gratitude list, because I feel like it sets up the energy for my day to bring in, much good things. And don't take anything for granted. I would say running water, air conditioning, a car, food, just even the smallest things are something that you can put on your gratitude list. So if you're struggling in many areas, go to those things, that you're just thankful for life. Thankful that you have clothes to put on your back, even though they may not be fancy clothes. It's okay, you have clothes. So you start there. You just start with the minimum things, that you have your own bathroom to use, when there's a lot of people that do not have access to a bathroom or a shower, or just start small, and then it will just grow into the other areas of your life and make those things even a better situation than what they even were. All right, so I think we covered the 21 ways to raise your vibration. Hopefully this can be a helpful start to you, just some things that you can focus in on, because these things in this list have helped me tremendously from feeling very much hopelessness, despair. A lot of physical and mental situations were going on in my life, and these type practices have helped me tremendously to heal mentally, physically, emotionally, and help me live a more positive life. So I highly recommend them. And I'll be coming back with just more information to help you in your daily life and in your spiritual life and in your walk, because I know life can be quite difficult for a lot of people, especially these days with so much going on. So hopefully this can be helpful for you. And please, as always, like and subscribe, because that's the only way that people can get this information, is if our information gets out. So share, do whatever that you feel that that you are led to do. All right, thank you. Have a great day. Bless you all.